Hello, everybody. I hope you missed me. This is your host for Tiffany's Community Spotlight at Home and Cooking with Tiffany DuBois-Morales. Now, I realized I was supposed to post about Orthodox Easter, but I totally forgot in the midst of all of the cooking and the eating and the celebrating. So, hope you all enjoyed the various preview videos that I did, as well as for those that are Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn friends, the photos that I posted, following the feast. So, yeah. But for today, we are going Southern style. We are going to be doing baked baby back ribs, courtesy of all of the guys at Gianta's Prime Shop at Reading Terminal Market, as well as Southern style collard greens, courtesy of everybody at Iovine Brothers, also at Reading Terminal Market, along with carrots, tomatoes, onions, and everything else. So sit back, relax, and we will be back. All right, everybody, we are back. So the very first thing that we are going to do is put together a we'll say Indian dry rub for our rack of ribs. So, as a reminder, please head over to your local spice shop. In our case, it is the Head Nut at Reading Terminal Market. So, what we are going to be putting together isn't anything that you'll find in a magazine, but we're going to get started with black peppercorn, a little curry powder, let's say Thai style spice blend, although we're not completely sure. Garam masala, chaat masala, parsley, and Mediterranean marjoram. Now, we're just going to go ahead and mix this all up, and hopefully there will be more than enough for us to add to our rack of ribs, which we're now going to bring back. And just go ahead and season. Which I'm going to safely say, yeah, we got plenty. Now, it is important to note that this dry rub is meant to just kind of go and coat the ribs, depending on how many racks you plan on cooking, will kind of determine how much rub you want to incorporate or use. Well, I'm going to say our rack is very thoroughly seasoned, so we will be back. All right, everybody, we are back. So we have seasoned our rack of ribs. I have added just a little bit of water to ensure that everything is kept from sticking to our roasting pan, and we are going to roast these initially for 45 minutes at 425 degrees. Now, most people generally like to do their ribs low and slow. It's late afternoon, so I don't have time for that. But so that's what we're doing. We're gonna check it in 45 minutes, allow it to rest, because I believe in letting your meat rest, and that'll be that. But when we come back, I am going to get started on our collard greens, which are definitely a southern staple that I haven't attempted in a while. So we'll be back. All right, everybody, we are back. So I have gone ahead and sliced and chopped up all of our various ingredients for our southern style collard greens. So in order, we have our collard greens, which came out to 124 calories for 317 grams. 6 pieces of garlic cloves, as you know, equals 27 calories, which I thinly sliced. We have our fresh tomatoes, 424 grams for 76 calories. 2 serrano hot peppers equal 4 calories. Carrots are 106 calories for 264 grams. And our yellow onion is 60 calories for 149 grams. Now, also included is a half tablespoon of vegetable oil, which comes to 60 calories, and a overall serving of 46 calories per serving, because I'm guesstimating that we'll have about 10 servings of this dish. So let's get cooking. All right, everybody, we are back. So I've just turned on the stove to heat up our vegetable oil in our ever trusty Dutch oven. And the first thing that we are going to do is add in our aromatics. So in this case, that is going to be our garlic and serrano hot peppers. Now, as you guys know, I like a decent amount of heat in my dishes, so I like to get these sweating early so that the sauce that kind of gets created has a good amount of spice. Now, at this point, we're also going to add in the same spices that we coated our rack of ribs with. We're going to stir and just kind of get this mixed up initially. And we're going to now add our sliced onions. And start getting these sweated out as well. I wish you guys could smell how awesome this is right now. But we got that going on. Our next item is going to be our carrots, followed by tomatoes, and stir again. And allow the tomatoes to release their juices. So we will be back. All right, everybody, we are back. Now, as you can hear, our delicious meal is coming together. Now, at this point, we are going to go ahead and add in our collard greens. And do one more spice seasoning. We're going to go ahead and kind of attempt to stir this. And the very last thing that we are going to do at this point is add in a couple of cups of water, because collards are meant to be slowly cooked and braised to get the maximum amount of flavor as well as texture. You don't want to just saute them. You kind of let them do their thing for the remaining 20 odd minutes until we check on our rack of ribs. If the ribs wind up needing a little more time to cook, then we're just going to continue to let this go and braise and do its thing. But a couple of additional notes that I want you all to be aware of. Collard greens are delicious. They take very well to aggressive seasoning. If you are a vegan or vegetarian, then it's not paramount that you add in ham hocks or pork bones or like any kind of meat source. This is a very user-friendly type of dish. If you have the time to make your own vegetable stock, I recommend using that because that'll give you added flavor in addition to just, keeping everything nice and simple. If you don't have time to make stock or buy stock, water is perfectly fine because in the end, all of your spices and accoutrements will flavor everything the way it is meant to. So there is that as well. Ribs generally have a good amount of fat to it, and depending on how they are sourced, can be reasonably low in calories depending on the number of pieces that you have. So we have that we're also contending with, but knowledge is power. So we'll be back. All right, everybody, we are back, and check it out. We have our finished spice rubbed rack of ribs, which I am happy to report after cooking them, we remeasured everything. So for 1,185 grams, which is the total weight of our rack, it came out to 1,190 calories, or 85 calories per piece. So you do the math there. And we have our finished Southern style collard greens with tomatoes and carrots and onions and the rest of the stuff, which came out to 7 servings or 65 calories total. I'm your host for Cooking with Tiffany and Tiffany's Community Spotlight at Home. Hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you guys another time.